Welcome to Murder in the Air Mystery Theater. I'm your host, Laurie Fagen. In this podcast series, I'll interview authors who will then read their mystery, suspense, or thriller short stories or a chapter from their published books. In addition, sprinkled throughout the coming weeks, the podcast will feature radio theater-style sections from the audiobooks for my 3 crime fiction novels. There will be prizes too, so stick around to the end to find out how to enter. We're back with the thrilling conclusion and the final episodes of the fun radio theater-style mystery, Frightful Fun House. You've landed on the compilation of the radio theater-style mystery podcast from my audiobook for Fade Out called Frightful Fun House. It's about a young couple who thinks they're in for fun and games at a local carnival, but the fun house is anything but. When, among the undulating floors and wacky mirrors, they stumble across a dead woman. Enjoy Frightful Fun House.
Truck 32 Rescue 32 map page. George 2, G2, WPMN 535, Crown responding.
Please, take a seat. Mr. Sakowitz, is it?
It's Sakowitz. Alden. But you can just call me Big Al. I have no idea why I'm here, but I imagine you're going to tell me.
Indeed. So, Big Al, where did you get your ideas for the scary things you have inside that funhouse of yours?
Oh, well, a variety of places. I keep in touch with other carnies, find out the latest and greatest, and make a few up of my own.
So, what'd you do before you joined the circus?
I was a veterinarian for a number of years, but I found I prefer life on the road.
So, you've used syringes to give shots to those animals in the past, right?
Well, yes, of course.
Is it true you're able to get real eyeballs and guts from dead animals to put them in your show?
I do not know who you're talking with, but all my props are absolutely the highest quality and obtained legally.
Uh-huh. You ever get into contests with your fellow carnies and Davidson Amusements to see who could bring in the most suckers?
Now, we call them our customers. And yes, my Frightful Fun House is typically in the top 5 attractions for Davidson Amusement. And we rank as one of the best in the country.
And, how long ago was that ranking, Mr. Sakowitz?
Well, it was just a few years ago. Let me think. Maybe 1998.
Mm-hmm. That was more than 13 years ago. But murder would be a good way to get those ratings up now, wouldn't it?
I would never resort to anything of that kind. The Davidson Amusement Carnival is my family.
Uh-huh. Well, you can go, Mr. Sakowitz, but don't leave town. Miss Moreland. Thanks for coming down, Miss Moreland. I understand you do publicity for the carnival?
More precisely, I'm in public relations and marketing.
Mm-hmm. Is it true you have diabetes, Miss Moreland?
Well, yes, as a matter of fact, I do.
So, you know a fair amount about giving shots with syringes, I suppose.
I have to inject myself with insulin several times a day, that is true.
Really? And I hear you've come up with some, shall we say, interesting ways of getting people to come to your shindig. Is that true?
Well, many consider them to be highly effective PR campaigns with solid advertising.
Uh-huh. And was it your idea to have an eyeball eating contest where the contestants eat peeled grapes with chopsticks?
Yeah, it was. And it was very successful. Same with the Eat the Most Maggots competitions using cooked rice and a little water. People loved it.
Well, what about injecting old people with a drug to make it look like they were scared to death? That your idea, too?
No, of course not. I'm a professional.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, that's all for now. But don't you go buying any plane tickets. Bring in the bookkeeper. So, Mr. Brooks, is it?
Yes. Yes, sir. I'm Benjamin B. Brooks, certified public accountant for Davidson Amusements.
So, I see you've been with a lot of different carnival outfits. Why'd you run away with the circus? What, 3 decades ago? What's the attraction?
Well, I got tired of all the whining and the complaining by my co-workers that they wanted to travel, but never had the time or the money to do it. I wanted to show them that it could be done.
And exactly what kind of office did you work in?
Oh, it was a medical supply office, and we ordered all kinds of supplies for doctors' and dentists' offices.
So, I suppose you handled rubber gloves, those wooden sticks for the tongue, that kind of stuff, huh?
Yes, of course.
And what'd you do with the syringes?
I would make sure to never touch them.
Is that right, Brooks? We're done here, for the moment. But just make sure you don't go doing any traveling for the next week or so.
So, who's the one who would kill to see more attendance at the carnival? Is it the haughty, high-heeled hack with hypodermics who hatched wacky ways to wangle would-be patrons? Maybe it's the mild-mannered numbers man who made his money at a medical office. Or the veteran veterinarian and expert vaccinator with a loud voice who valued vulgar viscera. Stay tuned when the next Murder in the Air Mystery Theater podcast continues. I'm Lauren Price. Thanks for listening. Welcome back to Murder in the Air Mystery Theater. I'm Lauren Price. We're nearing the thrilling conclusion of Frightful Fun House as we find out who is responsible for the 2 deaths at the Davidson Amusement Carnival. At the closed-down carnival, there are no rides swirling, no carousels spinning, no people laughing or screaming. Only the sound of hammering somewhere as a carny works on a repair. The police detective who questioned the suspects earlier walks through the silenced carnival, accompanied by the private investigator and the young carnival couple. He flashes his badge as he enters the office trailer of Davidson Amusement.
Police! I need to talk to one of your people.
A woman Liz saw earlier wearing a white coat and the male doctor rise from their desks.
Yes, may we help you?
Yeah. Where is Benjamin B. Brooks, your accountant? We need to ask him a few more questions.
Ben didn't come in he just hasn't arrived yet this morning.
Really? It's 11:30 already. Is he always this late? Oh, no, he's usually he's known for his promptness. Maybe he's sick today. Well, where would we find him? Here, we'll show you. You got a key for this trailer? Otherwise, we're gonna bust in. I got a search warrant for his living quarters.
The trailer is devoid of everything personal. No kitchen, bedroom, or bathroom items.
Well, looks like he skipped town. We'll put out a bolo for him. He can't get far.
What happened to the little man keeping the books? Or was he cooking the books? Will the police find him and bring him to justice? You won't want to miss the final chapter of Murder in the Air Mystery Theater. I'm Lauren Price. Good night. You're listening to a Murder in the Air Mystery Theater podcast. This is the last chapter in the latest episode, Frightful Fun House, where an unassuming bookkeeper for the Davidson Amusement Carnival is suspected of killing 2 people in different towns just to boost attendance. But now Benjamin B. Brooks is nowhere to be found, and police believe he fled to escape punishment.
May I help you, sir?
My name is Daryl Jones. I'm here about the accountant position.
Why, that's wonderful. Let me get our manager. Harry, you have someone here who's applying for Joe's old job.
He'll be right out.
An office door opens and Harry, a stocky man with thick arms and a very red face, walks out. He sticks out his hand to Ben/Daryl.
How do you do? We could sure use your help in our books. Come on into my office, Mr.
Jones, Daryl Jones.
They sit down at chairs around a small desk piled with papers.
Have a seat. So, where do you come from, Mr. Jones?
Well, I most recently worked for a wonderful family carnival. But times were getting pretty tough.
Oh, don't I know it. It's not easy, especially in this economy. You wouldn't mind giving me some references so I can call them, do you?
I'm afraid that won't be possible. They went out of business about a year ago. I took some time off, did some traveling, and decided I missed the life on the carnival circuit.
Always hate to hear when another entertainment venue closes. So, tell me, can you help us be as profitable as possible, if you know what I mean?
Oh, yes. I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
So it looks like our accountant is trying to start all over again. Will he use his same old tricks and kill again? We may never know, unless the unsolved deaths land in some police officer's cold case file. I'm Lauren Price, your host. Other voices in this show in order of appearance were performed by
Robert Diepenbrock,
Sherry Whitney.
Brian Whitney.
Cat Beard.
Andrea Ballou.
Mary Jo West.
And Vivian.
and I'm Laurie Fagen. Fade Out theme music composed by Lauren Fagen of Mountain Sound Recording Studio, Sanda, Norway. Murder in the Air podcast theme music, sound effects, mixing and mastering by Devin J. Hancock of Tempe, Arizona at devinjhancock.com. Next time on episode number 9 of Murder in the Air Mystery Theater, I will read my mystery short story called 3 Strikes. Then on episode number 10, come back for the first segments of another radio theater-style mystery, this time a campy film noir story from my crime fiction novel audiobook Dead Air called L.N. Payne, P.I. If you are listening on the podcast platform of your choice, please subscribe and leave a review or provide us with some feedback. If you're on YouTube at Read Laurie Fagen, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and click on the bell to be notified when a new episode has been released. And for more freebies, check out our Patreon page at Murder in the Air Mystery Theater. Remember I mentioned prizes? At the end of each of these Murder in the Air podcasts, we'll have a drawing for a prize from those who follow Read Laurie Fagen on Facebook or Instagram, and in the comment, write murder to be entered in a drawing. We'll have drawings for free ebooks, chances to win your name in a novel, and other fun items. So go to Facebook or Instagram, follow Read Laurie Fagen, and write murder in the comment. For more information, you can visit readlauriefagen.com. Thanks so much for listening, and come back again for more Murder in the Air.